You're watching Election Center, where the battle for Uttar Pradesh is at the thick of a lot of political sparks flying. From Amit Shah to Smriti Irani, they were all in the Gandhi borough attacking the Congress's first family. And on the show today, does Smriti Irani have a point about Priyanka Gandhi Vadra when she attacks her? Also, what's happening in Amethi? Is the alliance backfiring there? We'll have a lot of special interviews from there, which Rahul Srivastava has done. But first, let's just see what Smriti Irani said. The union minister who fought from Amethi in 2014 and has a history of sparring with Priyanka Gandhi and MP from Amethi Rahul Gandhi told reporters that the reason why Priyanka Gandhi hadn't campaigned yet was because she was avoiding people's questions and couldn't face people in the constituency. She said that the Congress party couldn't keep their promises in Amethi either. As you know, Priyanka was supposed to travel all over Uttar Pradesh in a much bigger way this particular election, but no plans have been revealed yet, and we are almost reaching the third phase of elections. So we'll just go to a political guest, but first up, if we just go across to Rahul Srivastava, who joins us from Amethi. Rahul, we first heard Smriti Irani, then Amit Shah was also there in Amethi, also attacking them. Is that going to have an impact at all?
Srita, I'm here at the Amethi railway station. Now, you will wonder, why am I here? I'm here primarily because this is perhaps the only place which is slightly lit up. Beyond this board Amethi, there is complete darkness. There is lights in homes because this is election time and the governments usually ensure there is electricity. But most of Amethi, there is no lit up building, there is no lit up street. It's in darkness. And this is perhaps a statement that every political party which is trying to win Uttar Pradesh and win Amethi has ruled Uttar Pradesh. BSP, Congress, Samajwadi Party and the BJP. That's the state of Amethi. Yes, this perhaps is going to be a trend. Somewhere down the line, the BJP is realizing that the battle is now shifting. It's a war in which battlegrounds are slowly shifting from Western Uttar Pradesh to this region. Now look at this region. This is the region where the BJP does not really have seats. Two of the family pocket boroughs, the battle honors have usually gone between the Samajwadi Party, the Congress or the BSP. And that is why the focus now will be the Congress's first family. By attacking the Congress's first family, which controls these two seats as far as the Lok Sabha is concerned, the idea is perhaps to weaken the Samajwadi Party Congress alliance, which is having its own problems in these two constituencies. Now, if you remember, in this area, Samajwadi Party won 7 seats last time around. Out of Amethi and Raebareli, Congress won 2 and the Peace Party won. And that is why the Samajwadi Party Congress alliance will face targeting and certainly the Congress's first family.
Rahul, just stay with us. We want to play out those special interviews you did in Amethi in just a short while. I just wanted to get some reactions in, because what's interesting, Rahul, as you're pointing out, this targeting is interesting, coming just before those places go to polls. But we haven't really heard a very vociferous fight back from the Congress or the Samajwadi Party just yet. So I just want to go across. We have Tom Vadakkan from the Congress Party. We also hope to be joined by Ghanshyam Tiwari of the Samajwadi Party. Shazia Ilmi is there from the BJP, and Sudha Pai, political analyst, also joining us. Tom Vadakkan, first up, you've heard what the union minister Smriti Irani has said, and also Amit Shah he also made a scathing attack in Amethi in his campaign there. As Rahul said, this is quite a pointed campaign which is being done there. But why is it that the Congress hasn't really hit back?
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Vadakkan.
Well, this is one way of Smriti Irani is trying to grab headlines. This is good for TRP, but the fact of the matter is that they are in real bad shape. The fact that you have these exit polls being put out on a national daily and this kind of activity, demonetization has demoralized this party. Now, how do you grab headlines? What has she done? She ran away from Delhi. She tried to win an election there, which she was a loser. Now, the point is, if she has to grab some headlines and try and say she's doing great activity for the party, We challenge her to come and face the contestants during the next elections. But this kind of activity doesn't impress anybody, and we don't have to stoop that low to come and confront her challenges. And I think
Elmi,
that's
do you want
not worth it. Yeah.
Shazi
Yeah.
Elmi, do you want to respond to what Mr. Varadkar is saying, that these are just stunts?
Yes, I want to. Yes. No, I think he said he didn't want to stoop low, but he did stoop low by making a personal remark on Smriti Irani ji instead of actually answering the question, which is why is it that Priyanka Gandhi is missing in action? Is she really scared to face the people? And this alliance that has been made by Samajwadi Party, led by Akhilesh this time, and Rahul Gandhi, is just not an alliance for convenience. It is an alliance of desperation. And the fault lines are beginning to show with the VIPs within the Congress, whether it's Sanjay Singh or his wife, wanting their piece of the pie and not listening. The rules could be for others, you know, the whatever form of common minimum program. And what Smriti Irani ji is saying makes complete sense, because Priyanka, in a way, for the Congress cadres, which indeed are becoming endangered species in UP, Priyanka Gandhi was a ray of hope, is a ray of hope from their point of view. And her not showing up means something is terribly amiss. And that fault lines are already showing.
Okay.
There is something to fear. So already things are not in good shape.
Okay,
so
I
would stick to the brief
Tom
and not
Varadkar,
make
you want
any
to come in here.
personal
I just
comments
want to
on
go
anybody.
across to Professor Sudha Pai first on this. The Congress and the BJP sparring over there is what we'd expect in election time, Professor Pai. But how do you think this is playing out? Initially, they said that Priyanka Gandhi, she is the one who has sealed this alliance. She's going to be seen in a much larger role. But are we really seeing that? And does Smriti Irani then have a point?
Well, the election scene is now moving to Amethi, and it's obvious that there is high contestation between the BJP and the Congress, because this is the bastion of the Congress. So it is natural, this is a highly contested election, and both sides are attempting to, well, put down the other. On the one side, one could say that the BJP is desperate because of what has been said, demonetization and other kinds of problems. It is extremely keen, and it also feels that since the Congress didn't do well in Amethi, and it got only 2 seats in its own bastion, so to speak, so maybe they feel that by attacking them there, they would be able to demoralize them. And secondly, this was the area where there was some contention between the SP and the Congress in the distribution of tickets, because the Congress wanted more, but the SP was keen to keep some, and so on. So this is bound to be extremely contested terrain.
Yes.
The fact that Priyanka did not campaign, the reasons for it are not known. The party seems to be silent on it. Even in Amethi, there hasn't been too much of campaigning publicly by her, maybe small meetings. The Congress has rather used Rahul Gandhi and other leaders who have campaigned together with the SP.
Okay, Professor Pai, I just want to go back to Rahul, because you're saying that, you know, the contests that are taking place, the battles there, it's perhaps captured in the interviews with Rahul did in Amethi. Rahul, it seems very clear. What is the sense that you got over there? Has Congress sorted out, Congress SP, have they sorted out their problems in that area?
Sunita, in UP politics, there are certain staple ingredients. There is caste, there is community, there is family, there is drama. But Amethi has everything. It has palace intrigue. It has old queen versus new queen. It has got 2 allies who are contesting against each other and are hurling barbs at each other. Then you have got Parivar war between Akhilesh Yadav and Samajwadi Party's face, that is Akhilesh Yadav. And then there is the usual caste and other things. And that is why what one can certainly say that it's going to be a real potboiler of an election in Amethi. And definitely what one can see is that the entry of various kind of groups and rechanging of the equations in Amethi, one will not be surprised if there are certain breaks from the past as far as the results are concerned. definitely the Parivar war is going to consume a lot of time, primarily because there is one side is Garima Singh, who is the ex-wife of Mr. Sanjay Singh, who is the who's from the family of rulers of Amethi, and then his wife Amita Singh, who are contesting a slugfest, which is definitely worth watching. But perhaps none like Amethi. It is one potboiler, electoral potboiler, whose verdict is not just going to decide just one or two political elements, but many others. Dr. Sanjay Singh, Amita Singh both are with us. Amita is a candidate. Sanjay ji, today I heard you, perhaps for the first time. I have been watching you as a politician for almost 20 years now. I have never seen you turn emotional.
It's because the situation is such that I'm facing it the first time that my ex-wife is standing in front of me, abusing us, saying all negative possible. So it sometimes I feel also a human being, and it hurts.
Amita, is it difficult to fight an election where you have not only electoral opponents to pick from and battle, you have also a state alliance partner who is fighting against you, and then you have your husband's ex-wife kind of creating a very personal kind of battle?
Yes, it is a little difficult because one doesn't expect this kind of a thing in a live democracy. You know, we are here to be working for the people. We are not using political platforms to be settling personal issues. At this juncture, it is very clear and very obvious that parties like the Bharatiya Janata Party, I would emphasize and say that parties like the Bharatiya Janata Party bring forward candidates who have never ever known what the people are.
राजनीति में आने का मेरा कोई विचार नहीं था, लेकिन हमारी परिस्थितियां कुछ ऐसी थी जिसकी वजह से हमें इस क्षेत्र में आना पड़ा। हमारे बच्चों की राय थी कि यही राजनीति से ही हमको शक्ति मिलेगी और शक्ति से ही समाज सुधार भी होगा, देश की सेवा भी होगी और अपना भी कल्याण होगा। पहले तो अपने कानून के अंदर हिंदू समाज में एक पुरुष की एक ही पत्नी हो सकती है। मैं उनकी पत्नी हूँ, तो दूसरी पत्नी कहाँ से आ गई?
उन लोगों का कहना है कि आप जो परिवार की अंदर की बात है उसको पब्लिक में ला रही हैं।
मैं अपने परिवार की कोई बात पब्लिक में नहीं ला रही हूँ। जिसका जो समझने की इच्छा हो वो समझ रहा है, स्वयं वो कह रहा है, मैं कोई बात नहीं ला रही हूँ।
उनका ये भी कहना है कि आप जिसे कहते हैं ना डर्टी लॉन्ड्री पब्लिक में ला रही हैं, कि अंदर की बात है कि इसको आपने पूरे चुनाव को एक पर्सनल चुनाव बना दिया है।
चुनाव का तरीका जो है मेरा वो धर्मानुकूल है।